Is it okay to point the finger? I want you to imagine your local restaurant realises that they have caused an outbreak of salmonella. How long do you think they should wait before they stop serving food to their customers? The petrochemical industry realises that their products are actually destroying humanity and life on this planet as we know it. How long do you think they should wait before they tell us what they know? There was a newspaper article that I posted on the Why Aren't People Angry About This Facebook page a couple of weeks ago with the headline of Exxon and BP called to testify on climate after troubling new documents. Congressman calls documents related to the fossil fuel industry's efforts to discredit climate science very concerning. There's a link to the actual article in the description below. There's also a link to my Facebook group should you wish to follow the Why Aren't People Angry About This Facebook page over there. Anyway, a friend of mine posted a comment that to me seems completely, utterly batshit crazy, suggesting that, well, we bought the oil, we drove our cars, why are we pointing the finger?
Dana, they bought their tickets. They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash.
My new assistant Doris will read out the entire post at the end of this video when we return with Why Aren't People Angry About This post back.
Do you feel guilty?
So do stick around for that. But today I want to talk about whether we should be pointing the finger at corporations, whether it's fair to point the finger at corporations that are economical with the truth when it comes to information about the very safety of their products, or whether we should just laugh, perhaps shake their hands, say, nice one, we didn't see that coming, like they've just dummied us on a football field. Let's get on with it. So let's start with the article itself. The House Oversight Committee sent out letters summoning the heads of 4 firms, Exxon, Chevron, Shell and BP, to testify. The fossil fuel industry has reaped massive profits while devastating communities, ravaging the natural world and costing taxpayers billions of dollars. Let's put this into some sort of perspective. This isn't the paltry 500 or so people who died due to a fault in the recalled Ford Pinto in the 1970s that could explode into flames during a crash. We are talking about ravaging the natural world, devastating communities, displacing entire continents and killing millions if not billions of people. And I use the Ford Pinto here as an example because it was around the same time that the petrochemical industry in the 70s was made aware of the devastating long-term effect of climate change and the direct correlation of burning fossil fuels in the same Ford Pintos, that they decided to not only bury this information but to actually try and discredit it ever since. And it still goes on today. We are also concerned that to protect those profits, the industry has reportedly led a coordinated effort to spread disinformation, to mislead the public and prevent crucial action to address climate change, the letter said. The hearing follows a secret recording of an Exxon lobbyist earlier this year describing the oil giant's backing for a carbon tax as a public relations ploy intended to stall more serious measures to combat the climate crisis. So these people are still doing it. The congressman said it was unbelievable that the oil industry leaders have yet to face questioning by Congress about the climate crisis. He likened the hearing to the groundbreaking appearance of 7 tobacco company chiefs before Congress in 1994 to expose what the cigarette company knew about the hazards of smoking. There is a lot more to this article, and if you haven't read it, there's a link in the description below. But I also put out a video a few months ago about smoking and basically how bad it is for not just the environment but for the person as well. And I said in that video that the petrochemical and fossil fuel industries have pretty much taken the tobacco industry playbook and reimagined it for their own ends. So, is it okay to point the finger? Take this one. Every death or injury from a faulty product or an infected food batch is tragic, really tragic. And if you have suffered personal loss in this way, I don't wish to detract from your very personal pain, but in the scheme of things, the 500 people who died due to the defective Ford Pinto in the 1970s is nothing. It is nothing compared to the millions who will certainly die as a direct result of climate change. The billions who will be displaced unless we start taking this seriously, the billions more who will perish over the coming decades. Of course it's okay to point the finger. Here it is again. The greatest threat to this planet is the belief that someone else will save it. Let your children walk to school. Move towards a more plant-based diet. Walk to the shops. Get public transport to work. Fly less. Stop using single-use plastic. Stop drinking bottled water. It's not good for you. It's not better for you. Stop buying fast fashion. It's not cool anymore. Get yourself a cotton carrier bag, organic cotton, and stop using plastic bags. We need to stop abusing our first world privilege before it is seriously too late. And we need to bring these petrochemical criminals to account, if only to stop this ever happening again. So coming up next is the Angry People's Postbag, which this week is a special postbag because it is the entire message that inspired this week's video. So and this one comes from Max, so do stick around for that. But if you do care about this stuff, and you should care about this stuff, please do share this video, and please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It's entirely free. And also, let me have your feedback and questions. Let me know what I'm doing right. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Let me know if there's things you'd like me to talk about. And don't forget to whip the like button. Doing all or any of these things really does help me spread the word and hopefully affect positive change.
And now it's time for Angry People's Postbag with some Doris.
So welcome back to the Why Aren't People Angry About This postbag. Back by popular request, where this week Doris is going to read a message from Max.
To the person what hit and killed a hedgehog last night on Ramsey Street between 7 p.m. and 10 a.m. How hard was that? They don't exactly dart out like a cat might. That's also a 20-mile-an-hour limit.
Yeah, that's all very well, but that's not the message, is it?
I cleared up your mess.
Okay, all right, here we go. Right.
Exxon and all the other companies did nothing illegal. I don't understand all this finger pointing. It's never been illegal to buy oil. Indeed, our entire economy, rightly or wrongly, depends on it. Every single one of us, including people in this group, drive cars and use fossil fuels. Do you feel guilty?
Thank you very much for that. And thank you. And if you liked this video, well, even if you didn't like this video and just feel compelled to see more, you might like this one, which is the smoking video that I referenced earlier. And this is another one which you might also like about consumerism. I will be back next week, so hopefully you'll tune in then. Thank you.
Do you feel guilty?